Well, finally on the show today, we will bring into our spotlight UK-based Nigerian poet and writer Toyin Sutton, who has shared some behind-the-scenes stories about her relationship with the late sage, actor, dramatist, singer, and artist Jimi Solanke, about whom she wrote in her first feature.
His contributions over the last 60 years has been across music, theatre, children's television. He's the first in so many respects. He's a national treasure. You know, he had great experience even at the global stage. We had a person who just encompassed so much of the roots of African theatre, contemporary African theatre, the roots of folk music. He was a thespian of huge talent. So even as a person who you can look to as a mentor for acting, he was that. I have known Jimi practically all my life. So I was born and bred, grew up university schools, all of my early life, and tertiary education in Ile-Ife. And so the year I was born was the year that Uncle Jimi came to Ile-Ife. And so over the 10 years of my early childhood, and then when I went to university, it was in and out of Ile-Ife. My dad had a club, and Uncle Jimi used to play at the club. So I think from quite an early age, we were exposed to this very interesting, charismatic musician. The talk of his story came into being, and somehow it just fell into my lap. Not consciously, but there was a drive in me to preserve who he was. Okay, I didn't want him to just disappear into the historical, into sort of, to pass on, and then we don't have anything, so to speak. So, and he wanted to tell his story desperately. I think he wanted to share it with the world. So, Jimi Solanke's 10 Commandments, theatre wisdom. Number 1. Learn how to lift a finger. A good actor must be able to raise a single finger and tell a story with it. Now that seems like a really odd thing to think about. But what he was doing with the finger metaphor, I think Baba said he learned this from Professor Wole Soyinka back in the 60s when he was a member of his troupe as an 18-year-old. That the fundamentals begins with real precision and skill around acting. So much so that lifting a finger is in itself a big movement that kind of holds meaning and all of this. The second one, in acting, meaning is everything. The proper acting techniques makes the difference between the mediocre and the spectacular actor. So meaning and how you transfer that to the audience. Number 3, I particularly like. He says, to passionately convince a room full of people that you are the character you have embodied, it elevates you to the greatest actor and an extraordinary one. Another one, he talks about memory. Now, I tell you now, the old man had a magnificent memory. I mean, I personally was shocked because I don't know why. I just thought with age, my memory is going, I'm a teacher and sometimes I've got to write everything down. He just remembered so much, and the layers of which he remembered, and the facts and the dates. And then I realized it was because of his job. Because as an actor, that is your tool. And so number 6, he says, look after your memory. It is your strongest theatrical tool. I think that's a powerful one.
Well, I must confess I had so much fun and did enjoy coming to the studios from the field to do this. I look forward to doing this again until Ewa Oluwa returns. Many thanks for joining us, and remember you can keep pace with us on all of the social media handles showing on your screens right now. Many thanks again, and bye-bye.